got to reduce the debt. The GOP will fuss and fret till tax cuts for the rich they get. That's doing the deficit sidestep. The Treasury they'll reimburse by using us to pad their purse, like Robin Hood but in reverse, doing the deficit sidestep, claiming that they're aggravated by the problem they created. To solve the debt that they inflated, the safety net gets decimated, 'cause they hate it. Cuts pay for themselves, they claim, then when they don't, they duck the blame. But since they had no sense of shame, they can do the deficit sidestep about spending their almoners. But these grifting, greedy groaners kowtow to their corporate owners, 'cause those big checks from their donors give 'em boners. When the budget hits the pits, raise revenue, not one admits. They'll just butcher benefits, doing the deficit sidestep. What a bunch of hypocrites, doing the deficit sidestep. But we see through you lousy shits, doing the deficit. You were so full of it, doing the deficit sidestep.
Trump's administration sure admires a certain nation, and this adulation makes me terribly scared. There is no refuting how the Russians are recruiting Trump to work for Putin. Be forewarned and prepared. So before we get distracted by this weird bromance, let's examine how they do the Trump and Putin dance. Since his pal Vlad stroked his ego, Trump's enthralled by his new amigo. Look how he's attacked, claims the Russians hacked. Things like basic facts leave him cold. When they say Russians have dirt on ya, he just tells the press, "Das vidanya," as we try to sort through that spy report and learn that even Trump's showers are gold. He won't let us see his tax returns, which would show how much he owes Russia. I don't know why we can't find a competent 12-year-old kid to hack them. And if this tune sounds familiar, I bet you thought it's the song from Tetris. But if Trump keeps us up, pretty soon it'll be our national anthem. So let's say niet to Russia and say we know they interfered, though Trump admires Putin's attributes like the world's best prostitutes, which itself is a hoot. Their denials are so angry that it seems they doth protest a bit too much. Trump would like us to be clueless even as he's sinking into Putin's clutches. To us and our resistance, we're just getting started, you bet. And we will stand up to and oppose both those gold-plated schmoes. Tell Trump and Putin yet.
Lauren Mayer introducing the show once again.
Ain't it something? To us and our resistance. Isn't that what she just said? That's right, baby. It is Thursday. It's Thursday evening. We have our Blue Dot family meeting. I'm glad y'all showed up. I noticed in there that was going by there that we have Colleen Collins, Claudia Reyes, Val Wood, Oddly Wires in the house, Randy Kervin's out there, Leanne Scott all the way from Australia, and Natalie Palumbo, who is up in New York City, and Ian McGrath over in Scotland, baby. We're glad to have all y'all and everybody else in the house tonight. Appreciate it very much. Natalie, I've been following you there on Facebook, girl. You're just all over New York City. She's just having her picture taken everywhere. That was pretty neat. I've been following her, but her brother Anthony is. I hope if he's watching, hello Anthony. He calls me Cowboy Hat Man, baby. I love that. That's my shirt back there.
Best shirt back there.
That's my shirt.
Best shirt ever.
Best shirt ever. Cowboy Hat Man. So what are y'all doing? Are y'all worried? Nobody should be worried about shit today. It's just Thursday, man. It's just another Thursday. And we are finding out all sorts of shit. One thing we found out is Donnie's willing to pay ransom, baby. We found out Donnie was willing to pay $2 million ransom for the release of Otto Warmbier, the gentleman from Ohio, the young man that was arrested in North Korea for pulling down a propaganda poster off the wall, and for that they killed him. They sent him home in June of 2017. 6 days later, he died, and he was murdered by the North Koreans. But now we find out the reason that he was allowed to leave was that Donnie agreed to pay a $2 million doctor's bill for his hospitalization of trying to save him from their torture. So yeah, all that bullshit y'all always heard about, well, we don't pay ransom. Well, that's right out the goddamn window with Donnie, amongst other things. But it tells you again who we're dealing with. And it's not only him, baby. It's the Attorney General William Barr, who now Elijah Cummings on the Oversight Committee has called them both out for obstruction. He's calling Barr out for obstruction too, and I think he's right. And there ain't no reason we cannot impeach both their asses for obstruction of justice, because they're running around trying to tell federal employees don't worry about the law. They gave you a subpoena, but it's okay. You don't have to abide by it. He's telling that to Steve Mnuchin. He's telling the DOJ, the White House doesn't have to submit to any subpoenas and all. That's bullshit, baby. He's trying to circumvent the whole law, and it ain't gonna work, baby. The people in our house need to take care of that shit and keep pressing the issue, because we have an idiot in our house, and it is infecting our whole country. And the reason I say that is because in the news today, there's a story that Christopher Hayson, he's the Coast Guard lieutenant that was arrested not long ago because he had a shitload of weapons, and he had a list of Democrats that he thought should be dead. And he had a plan. He was searching all sorts of shit on his computer. One of the things that he Googled or he searched for was what is the best gun to kill African Americans? What gun is best for killing African Americans? I don't know. The same one that used to kill white guys, the same one used to kill Asians or any other human living being. No, he had to specify this guy's a racist from hell. And he had a plan, baby. He searched. He wanted a racist war in this country. He wants a civil war in this country. That's what he searched on his computer. He searched a white homeland, and he searched, please, God, cause a race war. He's praying to his God to start a race war. His God. But that's not what pisses me off the most. That's that list of Democrats that he had to assassinate, to kill. Well, he's getting out of jail, baby. They're going to let him go. And they're going to watch him, I guess. But let me tell you something. It's the defense that his lawyer used in court that successfully got his ass out of there. And that is the defense that it's common. It is now national vocabulary. Racial slurs are now part of our national vocabulary, and the list of Democrats is the same list that the president makes and that Fox and Friends in the morning makes. This is the argument that a lawyer is making in front of the court, is that yeah, we admit he's a racist. He hates every race but the white race. He wants to kill people just like everybody else, you know. Our president, he talks the same language. He uses that racial undertone in his speeches. We all know that's the defense, baby. That is the defense. If anything in this country should worry all of us, it's that all of a sudden lawyers think they can argue that in court. Well, you know, the president is a racist, so, you know, take the racism thing off the board. He might have tried to kill the old boy because he was black, but that's not racism because, you know, the president, he does the same thing. Are you shitting me? That's what it is. That's what we have to fight against. That's what we're standing up against this asshole for, is because the longer that man sits in our house, the more it is going to be argued that it is common vocabulary around this country. No, it's not common vocabulary. And any time that kind of racist bullshit comes out of anybody's mouth, somebody should call it out for just what it is. Whip out your camera. Record that shit. That's what everybody does nowadays. That lady pulling down her pants up in Oregon the other day. Ain't the white race just proud of that shit? Just disgusting. And those little cockroaches, we're never going to get rid of them. They're always going to be there. But we have to force these assholes back in their holes. Now, Christopher Hayson here, I don't think he's got a long career in the Coast Guard left, and he's not going to get out of jail without a whole lot of eyes on him, they said. So they're going to watch him, and I hope the federal government steps in and does something massive, because this guy was serious. He wants a race war. He's got the weapons, the ammunition. He's got it all, baby. And he thinks the President of the United States is 100% behind him, and why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Isn't that the shit that asshole espouses? That there's good people on both sides? He's never stood up definitively and called out the bullshit that happens every day in this country. The shit that we see on Facebook, somebody recorded, of some ignorant asshole doing shit. We can't let that become common in our country. We fought long and hard to do away with it. We never got there, but we were doing better. And now this guy comes around, baby. It ain't working. It ain't working for me. It makes me mad every time I get up and I hear that ignorant ass is still in our house. It's a disgrace every day. And, there's all sorts of reasons for that. I understand Putin met with and don't worry about a thing, because Putin told Kim Jong-un that he will help normalize U.S. and North Korean relations. Well, we don't got to have Donnie. We don't have to have Donnie around. Hell, we got Pootie now. Pootie's going to be our ambassador. He'll make things up. Are you shitting me? It's like throwing feces in our face, those two. Are you shitting me? That's who Donnie wants to play ball with, baby. We're not playing ball with our traditional allies. Hell no, we're too busy bad-mouthing them because they're not spending all the money they have on the military. And that's all Donnie wants to beat them with. Oh, you're not spending enough on your military, like we are. As their country's progress in infrastructures, ours are collapsing all over the place, baby. But we got lots of money in our defense budget. So much so, Donnie can, borrow a few billion to build a wall or some shit like that. This is what we fight every day, and this is how come it's important for every one of us to be in this fight. It is our voice, our vote, our courage to stand up and say something about this bullshit that's going to change it. And we've got a long way to go. Now, that being said, I hope she's in here. I don't know if she's watching, but I don't know if Donna Bonacosi is watching, because I haven't seen her name go by. But before we open the Discord, there's some of our Blue Dot members that just have not mastered the art of Discord.
There's an art for Discord?
Yes,
Holy
there's an art to Discord.
Even I didn't know that.
So some people we're just going to call on the phone. Can y'all hear that? Let's see if they can hear that.
Might need to bring it a little bit closer.
I can't get it no closer. I need to stack something on that.
Just move the cup forward.
Move the cup forward.
Yeah. There you go.
How are you?
Hello, Donna. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Are you watching us?
You know what? Hold on 1 second.
Oh, look there. We caught you not watching us. You're on the air, dear.
Am I?
Yes, ma'am. You are talking to everybody. Say hello to the Blue Dot family, Donna.
I wanted to say hello to all the Blue Dots out there, John.
I'm glad. I had a nice talk with Donna this morning, and I told her, I said, well, if I don't see you on the Discord, I'm going to call you on the phone, and she laughed and said, well, if you want to. So here we are. I'm glad you're doing all right though, darn it.
Plug that in.
Oh wait, Travis has got an idea.
Plug that into your headphone jack.
Oh, plug this into my headphone jack. Let's see if does that work? Donna, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, look at that shit.
You gotta keep it close to you though,
Oh, I
because the
gotta-
microphone still needs to be.
Oh, the microphone is still here, but Travis hooked up a wire, and now you're into the mixer, and all that stuff. You're live, darling. So.
Well, I just want to say, thank you guys, Travis, John, Mama, all of you, for all the hard work that you do for us.
Well, we
and
appreciate that.
And a special thank you to all those blue dots out there that do such a great job.
And they do. And they do every day. You can see it in the conversations that go on in the comments and whatnot, that people are concerned and they're participating in the national conversation. And it doesn't include a bunch of racial shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah. Well, that's the easy one to agree with. It's the ins and outs of all the other stuff. The healthcare, education, climate change, anything you want to talk about, the military, it all depends on it. But
yeah, I think we were all blind before, and now, like, I always write on our posts, like, my eyes are wide open.
This guy opened up a lot of eyes, darling. He really did. Not enough, because he's still polling at 30-something%, 37.8, some bullshit like that. Oh, listen there, I can hear Fred.
Uh-oh.
Fred is here.
Fred, my parrot, is out there. I guess he's wanting a cracker or something. Yes, I can hear him out in the living room. I'm sure Mama's enjoying that choir. He gets a little loud sometimes. I got critters around here that make noise all the time. The donkey chimes in and wants to put her 2 cents in all the time.
Well, I want to shout out to Leo.
There you go.
Karen, Kathy, Randy, Stephanie, Val, all of them. They're just awesome people.
It's a Blue Dot family, baby. We love all of them. Yeah, I think Leo's watching. I think Leo, I seen his name go by. Fred coming in loud and clear. But
yeah, I see Val's out there. They're all out there tonight.
Well, I want to break in and say, Dwayne Dwizzle, he just donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Dwayne, we appreciate the hell out of that. It every dollar, baby, every dollar goes.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Yes, thank you. It goes a long way in keeping us going, which, by the way, Donna, thank you very much for my package. The honey.
I'm glad you.
Yes.
How's the cookie?
I love the cookie. And
the cookie was great.
Yeah, we're still working on one corner of it. There's still one corner left. Yes, the cookie was delicious. You said that was from your mother's recipe or something?
My husband's mother, my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Well, she did a good job on cookie making, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
That tastes good.
She made a good cookie.
Yes, in the honey and in the candle.
Well, some of the blue dots have been asking I post the recipe, so when I get some time, I will.
Yeah, post it up on your Facebook. Let everybody have that recipe, because it is really delicious.
I will.
It really was. So, but
I will.
Everybody loves sweets.
Oh man, are you kidding? I took some honey over to Maestro because you sent me some honey, and Chris Kloss, who's up in your neighborhood, also sent me honey, and I have an overabundance of honey, so I took some over to Maestro this morning, and
how's he feeling?
He's feeling better. We're going to do a show pretty soon. He's heavily involved right now in trying to get the financing and stuff through the VA and everything for a hand-controlled car. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's doing great, but the biggest thing that bothers Maestro is his inability to get around. And we joke sometimes, because his mama will take him anywhere he wants to go. But like Maestro says, there's some places you want to go, you just don't want to take your mama. So,
yeah, you don't want
your mom hanging around. So he is we're trying to get that thing going and whatnot. And so yeah, he's in good spirits though. He gets down because I've known him for forever, I guess. Yeah, we go back 15 years at least, I guess. And when I met him, he had full use of his legs. Matter of fact, I used to have to wait for him to come around the corner from working out in the gym, and I'd always tease him. Look at you, working out, being healthy. Look at me. Just the opposite. But yeah, he kept himself in real good shape right up until the time he had that one surgery, and that was the one that did it. And but yeah, I enjoy going over and see him, and he really liked the honey. And I told him, don't worry, it looks like I got a good supply. So, but anyway, well, Donna, I'll let you go. I just wanted to call and tell you thank you.
You're welcome. And to all the Blue Dots out there, don't get down. We're gonna win.
Oh yes,
Don't worry.
We got no other choice but to win. So
That's right.
you know,
No, one way or another.
no, baby, we are the guardians of liberty, and we are out to save
That's,
this shit.
that's right.
We're out to save
That's
this shit.
right.
So, all
Love
right,
always wins over hate, John.
that's it, baby. Love wins every time. You know, you carry that
Okay.
hate in your heart, it'll just eat your ass up anyway. You
That's right.
You end up like that guy in prison that they just arrested down in Arizona that on that militia. I understand they beat the shit out of him in prison. What did he expect?
Well.
What did he expect? Jesus Christ.
Karma's a bitch.
Ain't it though? Comes around, baby. Get your ass thrown in prison. Somebody's not going to like why you're there. So, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, I'll be watching for the rest of the show. So have a good night, Travis. All of you.
We'll talk to
Thank
you
you.
later.
We'll see you later, Donna. Thank you very much, dear.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that was Donna Bonacosi. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. You're safe.
Yeah, turn
There we
that
go.
down.
Back into here.
We might do that more often because I have some blue out phone numbers in my
Yeah.
phone, baby. I always
Yeah,
tell
no,
people,
I was just like, well, wait a second. Your phone has a headphone jack. I'll just switch it out with the soundboard over
there
here.
you go.
and
What a
just-
technical wizard you are.
No,
There you go.
Don't give me that kind of credit. That was
shit,
just
yeah.
like a wait.
Oh no.
All
Oh,
right,
no.
man. The chat's lively tonight. I love it.
Yes. Barbara
Love it.
Hernandez, bless you, Donna. Thank you. Yes, I'm telling you, in 2 days' time, I got those 2 packages, one from Donna Bonacosi and one from Chris Kloss. Both of them contained honey and other goodies, and it's just like like I put in my post. Are you shitting me? This is a beautiful family right here, and I reap the love that comes. I don't know how to put it. I'm overwhelmed sometimes when I open a box.
The whole family does. We
yes, the
feel
whole-
the love, and it's just like something
Yes.
we've only experienced through the last maybe 2 years.
2 years.
That's
yeah.
it.
Nobody ever sent me anything all these years. Nobody said, "Hey, John, think you're a nice guy. Here, have some honey." No, nobody said shit like that.
Yeah.
And
But regardless, it's not even about the packages as much as it is about the community. I mean, we've always said this over and over and over again, but I don't think I want to stop saying it. I think someone told me the other day, you know, Travis, you say thank you too much. And it's like, I
can
know
never
I
say
have a
it.
bad habit about that, but at the same time, I know what it's like to be taken for granted. And with everybody who watches and tunes in and hangs out with us for 2 hours at a time, twice a week, 3 times a week, you know, we're super, super grateful for that.
Right. We are, and you know, it's not just the physical items. That, you know, I get a letter every month from Mary Ann McLaughlin in Royal Oak, Michigan. Don't have to look that shit up. I know where she lives. and Mary Ann will write a letter all month, and then she'll send it to us. And I love the last time it said the April edition, or no, whatever. May. No, what's April, May, January, February, March. March. It was March. Anyway, she's when she writes to us, there are several pages, and we have, I can't read that. David donated $10. I have no honey, but here's a little money. David Everett from Washington. Thank you, David. David's getting ready to go on a trip, baby. He's going to Paris. Thank you, David. I appreciate that very much, buddy. Every time, I swear, I told somebody, ain't nobody here buying new cars or going on vacation or anything. It's the funds that the people are kind enough to send in keep us going, and
Helps pay the internet bill.
yeah, helps pay everything,
Grocery
keeps the
bill.
light on, keeps
Yeah.
everything going.
Yeah, if I were to turn these lights off, you would realize, like, you know, keeping the lights on, that's
Yeah,
an
that's kind of an
thing.
important thing. Yeah,
It get too dark.
having a house to live in, that's all pretty, you know, it sure beats on the street because there's too many of our citizens that are already out there, baby.
Yeah.
But well, let's open up the
Yeah, well,
the-
let me get Discord set up.
let's get Discord
Because I knew we
going.
were going to call Donna Bonacosi, so I
Yeah.
haven't set that up yet. So let's get this
I wanted to
going
call. I
first.
talked to her this morning for a bit, and of course, we talk about a whole lot more than she's willing to talk her on the radio, I guess. But you know, we know people in our lives. Every one of us knows somebody who's a Republican, and you look at them and you love them and you care for them and all that. But then you look at them and go, "Are you stupid? Are you just plain stupid?"
You talking about me again?
No, I'm not talking about you. You don't have no problem there.
Good.
I don't think you have to worry about it.
So we want to welcome once again to our chat tonight, Sparky. How's it going, man?
Hey, Spark. I didn't know you was gonna be here tonight, bub. Oh, Spark's got him muted again.
Nope, that was my bad.
Oh,
that was my bad.
See what he's doing to you, bub?
I don't know what he's doing, but Travis does a good job at whatever he does.
All right, well, we'll forgive
I appreciate
him.
That.
We'll forgive him for mutiny this time. Just don't let it happen again. I'll have to get me a stick and whack him with when he does that shit. So how's everything going out in California, bub?
Ugly stick, huh?
Yeah. I got beat with that a long time ago. Yeah. Lost hope many years ago.
We had our first 90-degree day of the year.
Oh, no shit? Well, there you go. Sign of summer coming, baby. We've already hit over 90 down here already, but
2 days of 90-degree temperatures, and then it's going to start cooling off again, which is fine with me.
What would be normal out there?
For this time of year?
Well,
high 80s.
High 80s.
I'd love to have that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we stay in the 80s for a little while, but then we slide right into the high 90s.
Our August really sucks sometimes.
It gets a little hot.
Yeah, sometimes we get up into the teens.
Shit. September,
sometimes
we're still getting hot.
High teens. The record for my city is 122 degrees.
Yeah, stay away from that shit. Yeah, that's a little too warm for my blood even. You know, but
speaking of all this Texas summer heat, we got an individual in here who will know that all too well. Let's welcome Dennis to the chat. Dennis, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going there, Travis?
Doing pretty fair, man.
How are you, Dennis?
Fair.
How's it going, John?
How's the fishing, buddy?
Oh, man, somebody was in my favorite spot today, and I just got skunked, and I called it a day early.
Well, that's all right. Tomorrow's a new day, buddy. It's the weekend coming up. We can get ready for that. But, yeah, I'm glad you're here, Dennis. Appreciate it, bud. Dennis and Sparky, one of our moderators. And we appreciate them being here all the time. I think Jen's gone.
Yeah, Jen's gone for the day.
She's gone for the day.
Jen's gone for the day.
But that's all right. Sparky and Dennis, they'll handle shit. We don't got no shit. I ask my son all the time after these. Any trolls? No, not really. Good. I don't know. Maybe we scare them off. I want to come in here anyway.
We gotta be online on a bad day for them. That's when they come out.
So, Dennis, what you think about Donnie paying ransom? Ain't that some shit?
$2 million, right?
Yeah, they presented the bill, baby. They presented the bill now. Here you go. Donnie said he's gonna pay the $2 million. We want our money. Are you shitting me? We're paying them for killing him. That's just.
Yeah, we got nothing out of those
no.
2 meetings.
No, and now he's.
And then he's in Moscow meeting with Putin.
Yeah. I don't think it was in Moscow, but he went to. Yeah, Putin told Un that he's going to fix things up with us. He went and told Un, don't worry about it, buddy. I'll talk to my boy Donnie, who I have under my thumb, and fix things up. So I guess things are going to be just fine. I'm telling you, people, he's selling this country out one at a time. So
when he goes and pulls that troops out of Korea, that's
that's going to be another red flag.
Yeah.
It's but I'll tell you what concerned me most today was reading that story about the lieutenant that was going to get out of jail. This guy is a self-confessed racist asshole who had a hit list a mile long, and they're all Democrats, but don't worry about it. They're the same Democrats Donnie doesn't like. And that's the defense.
Can't the Coast Guard court-martial the
Oh,
dude?
you know that he's not. He may have got out of jail, but he's facing some shit back at the base. I can guarantee you that ass. And the judge who. See, I didn't. I read the story, but I haven't fully understand how the fuck did he get out? You have him dead to rights with all these weapons. searching all sorts of info, wanting a race war, got a list of people he's going to kill, and we're going back to, well, he ain't killed nobody yet. We just got to wait, you know. And but they're going to keep an eye on him, they said. I bet they will, too. I bet they have somebody up his ass everywhere he goes. I know, because if something happens when that guy gets out, you know, who are they going to turn to blame? They're going to blame that freaking judge that let his ass walk out the door, you know. But it's the
well, you can't go back to work at the Coast Guard and expect nothing to happen.
No, I'm sure they have something in the UCMJ that's that can address that situation, racism and shit. You know, when it's identified, you call it out and you get it out. You don't want it in there, but it's in there. If anybody thinks it's not in every branch of the military, they're wrong, because it is. And you know, it's a bad situation, but when it's found out like that, you deal with it. You throw their ass out.
Back in our day, there was no room for racism in the military.
No, buddy, no. I went in 71, in early 71, March 11th. It's right there on my watch, carved in stone.
Well, I went in September 1970.
Yeah, you beat me. You're an old timer. You're old. You know, you're an old salt. You beat me by a few months.
No, I'm assuming. Don't confuse me with an anchor clanger.
No, no. You're a Zoomy.
I'll always be a Zoomy.
Yeah, you're a Zoomy. I'm not an anchor. I was Airedale, baby. I was the same thing as you was. I didn't touch boats.
Yeah, but
I flew, baby.
In the Navy. You're in the Navy.
That's it, baby. U.S. Navy, all the way. Semper Fortis, not for self, for country.
Damon Harvey writes in the chat, if he was black or Muslim, he'd be rotting in jail.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine this guy if he was black or Muslim, like you said?
They would have put him in the front of the line.
Oh shit, yeah, we'd have this on national TV every day. Look here, we done caught us a terrorist. That's what it would be. And the story is, we did catch a terrorist.
Yeah.
He just happens to be a white guy. U.S. home. That's where they all come from. All ours, mass shooters. That's who they are. They're Americans. We don't have to worry about marauding MS-13 members coming up from across the border and raping your daddy and stuff. No, that's not what we have to worry about. We have to worry about the Christopher Hastings of the world. Those that thrive on the hate, the racism, the bigotry that they see propagated by their own president. And that's some shit, just like Donna Bonacosi said. Shit. That's what it is, baby, every day. Every day. Anyway, who else we got to chat?
Let me bring in some people.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let me bring in some people here.
Well, the green room's thinned out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see here. We just brought in Chris Kloss. Chris Kloss, you in with us today? Chris?
Hey, Santa. Chris. Chris might be.
Hey, I'm here.
There you are, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Good night.
Good. How's Patty and Bear?
Oh, Bear is just absolutely wonderful. Patty is doing really well.
Good.
We just came back from dinner.
Oh.
She had a mammogram, and Bear and I decided to head on into town and surprise her after it, and we took her out to dinner.
Oh, aren't you a nice guy?
Not really.
No, you are. I can attest to it, buddy. I know. I got your package.
Well,
I got. Hey, you know that little camera? Oh, we just had a ball. We just had a ball with that thing.
Good.
Yeah, Travis worked wonders with it. It's under the house.
It's under the house.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't get it to work for a studio camera because it's a Wi-Fi surveillance camera. But with that being said,
Travis
Dad now can look at Ginny.
Oh, I can pull
all day long and talk to her.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can talk to her.
Yes, that little camera has a talk to push to. It's a security camera, and it's Wi-Fi. And Travis looked it up and said, "Oh, Dad, look, there's an app for that." And of course there is. There's an app for that. And
while you get that set up, let's also welcome Bernadette to the call. Bernadette, you with us?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing pretty fair. How about yourself, Bernadette?
I had a good day.
Good. They're good. Same
I
here.
managed to get some weeds cut today. That's a good
Ah.
thing.
You were
around
smoking
here.
some weed today. What?
No, I wasn't. Well, I was working. I was cutting some weeds. It was out weed whacking today.
You was out weed whacking today. I don't know if anybody can see that, but Chris, I'm holding up my iPad, and I know y'all can't see this. Travis, do it.
I'll try to
My
bring it in
shoulder.
close.
Can't do that.
Can't really see it too
You
well.
can't really see it, but the camera is underneath the house, and it's aimed out facing my vehicles. And on the left-hand side of that picture is our donkey pen under the house. She doesn't stay there all the time, but at night.
I'm gonna try to get that. I zoomed in on her. She's behind a
All right.
post
I see
right
her.
now.
I see her. I could push a little button and say, "Hey, Jenny," and I don't want to do that too much because I did that last night. We was all sitting around. We was all tickled, and I pushed the button and
I
"Hey,
think
Jen."
she's listening to you right now.
Yeah, I
she
think
can hear
so.
you because her ears are perked all the way up. It's like she knows you're talking to her.
Yeah, you can hear people under the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think you can get away with saying anything in this house you don't want somebody under the house to hear, because they just heard your ass. But yeah, thank you, Chris, because that now, and I can check on her even in town.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit,
You can be anywhere you want in the world.
anywhere
Check
in the
on her.
world, and I can check in on my little Jenny, and I can see anybody that comes in my driveway, and it has a. Let me turn that off. I'll sit here and look at my donkey. Oh, isn't she so sweet? Look at the ears. That's pretty cool. No, we were sitting around messing with it last night, and Jenny was walking around her pen. Travis had just set it up, and I said, I pushed the little button to talk to her. I said, "Hey, Jenny. Hey, sweetie." Holy shit, her ears peaked up. She walked right and looking right in the direction of the camera, and we're all going, "Oh, look at that! Ain't that cute?" Yeah, here comes Hee Haw, baby. Get your ass down. I heard you. You're over there by the goodies. Give me one.
I'm finally pulling up your video, so your live feed.
Oh,
So if you can go back to that picture so I can see Jenny myself, that'd be cool.
oh.
There we go.
I can do that now.
Pull it up.
I'll just give me a second here. I can do it from
Or
anywhere
do you want
in
me
the
to
world.
do it?
Yeah,
Well,
you
I'll do it.
Probably do it.
So that way you don't kill your shoulder.
Having a little trouble with my right shoulder again. I'm not far from going back and getting stabbed with another cortisone.
Oh, we can actually see her this time, kind of, sort of.
Oh, can you
So if we,
check it out.
she's eating right now. Her head's toward the right side. She's moving around there a little bit.
There's such a lag on the live feed from. There we go.
Yeah.
There she is. I got it.
There's my baby. That's my sweetie. Yeah, we built that pen under the house after the dog attack thing, and the pen that she used to stay in all the time is just too big.
Thank you, Travis.
Oh, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all.
But
Thank you for sending a piece of equipment that gives us
Yeah.
peace of mind, because also it's a surveillance camera, it's a security camera, so it's just added security around the property, which is always
You can put a little disc in
you
it,
could-
or
You can set off alarms and such as that will let you know if somebody's there outside of Jenny too.
yeah exactly.
that's what I like. I like that because that's what bothers me. Ever since the dog attack is if an animal gets in that pen, of course they'd have a lot harder time getting into this pen.
Yeah, we made this
Yeah.
one really, really solid.
Yeah, I don't. That's the fear nowadays that some other dog would get in there and she would just go nuts.
So, John, do you have a motion sensor light out there outside her pen so you can keep an eye on her
I do.
at night?
Well, it's not motion sensor
Awesome.
anymore. The motion sensor part is broken. But if you flip the light switch twice, it stays on. So, and it just keeps the light on out there. It's not shining on her. She's still,
Right.
dim enough in there that she can sleep. But yeah, it keeps the driveway out there flooded with light, and so I can keep an eye on it. And plus, the boys, they usually stay up, because we all live on the same property here, and they're more night owls than I am. And so they're up later than I am, but I'm up earlier than they are. So bad guys only have a few hours. Whoa!
Wow,
That's my doorbell.
Oh, that's your doorbell.
that sounded magical.
Boy, howdy!
That sounded magical as hell.
You got elves at the door, don't you?
That's one of those Ring doorbells.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're really good if somebody steals something, but has a lag rate where it takes some time to open up the video so you can see who's there.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you see the video.
We caught some guy stealing from on our porch one time.
Oh no
and
shit.
He did end up getting himself arrested, which was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember that hate crime I told you guys about?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
The three people were brought to court, and I haven't found out what's going on, but we caught them.
Well, outstanding. That is outstanding. That's what happens when you see something, say something. You know, don't put your life in danger, as they say, but you know, just don't let bullshit happen.
That's right.
We see so many people, so many wrongs being righted just by people having a cell phone out at the right time. And if that cell phone video hadn't been there, well, you know, we're supposed to take your word for this, you know, and all that kind of bullshit. But no, you can turn around and say, no, I have it right here on my phone. And so, yeah, you know, it's part of the world we live in. Yeah.
People are going to be more afraid of doing wrong, knowing that they're going to get caught.
Yep.
You know, and it actually, because of that, I bought one of those dash cams for the truck.
Yes.
And it just stays there all day long, and it
records. I have one.
And you know, I wish, I have $1 million business proposition for the insurance companies. When you see something, you turn it into the insurance company with the guy's name, face, and license plate.
Yeah.
And when they turn around, and now they can increase the guy's insurance policy because they have a video of a guy being an idiot. You know, they can raise it $5,000 a year. Otherwise, they can't have insurance. You know,
no, you know, those things are not that expensive. I've had one for, 6 or 7 years now. So mine's probably outdated. Well, no, probably about
I don't
5
know.
years.
It captures the audio and captures the video. To me, that's not outdated.
It works. You stick it up on your dash, boom, forget it's there. When you turn the key on, it comes on. If anything happens, you go, oh, wait a minute, I have it on camera. Because it's a continuous loop. It's a neat thing to have. I was going to say a lot of cars come with cameras nowadays, but I don't know if they record anything.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know if they do or not.
What if it's 5 years old? What size floppy disk does it take?
Yeah, it's that big one. It's the 4-inch one. You ought to see this thing. No, it takes a regular old, what do you call it? Not a micro, but
micro SD normally, or a normal SD card.
Yeah, I think
Depends
it takes
on
the
which
normal
one
SD card.
Which kind you get.
You know, I think I only paid like $29 for that thing. I ordered it online. It was cheap.
Bad.
Yeah.
No, and it gives you a sense of security. Not only that, but you know, there's a lot of times I'd be driving down the road. There's a beautiful deer just went right in front of me. I go home. Oh, honey, you should have seen this buck. Boy, passed right. You know, and then I could go home and go, oh, check this out. Look at this. Look, a duck. I mean, a buck. A duck. A duck. Yeah, I ain't driving into the water, people, eh? You know, a buck, not a duck.
I break for ducks. Okay?
Yeah, I break for ducks, baby. But anyway, those things are handy to have, and very inexpensive, and a whole lot of peace of mind. You know, because if it's your fault in the wreck, you could just pull the camera off and go, "What? Nope, I ain't got no camera." But if it's not your fault, baby, which I'm sure it wouldn't be, you got you have the accident on tape, or somebody else's accident on tape.
Really quick, we want to welcome Keith Thompson to the call. Keith, you with us?
Looks like he's muted.
Keith, you're muted, buddy.
Keith don't want to talk to us, man.
Oh, I just want to say earlier when that doorbell went off, I was scrounging for my wallet because I thought the ice cream man was driving down the street.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god! I thought it was a horde of elves coming in to attack or
elves,
something.
yeah.
It's like so magical
Right.
and shit. It was like, wow,
I'm
damn.
telling you, Chris, Chris Claus and elves. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
I wasn't even thinking of those kind of elves. I was just.
No, I was.
You're muted, buddy.
There's
Yes,
Keith.
there's-
Keith don't want to talk to us.
Oh,
Uh-oh, Keith, you're listening to the live stream. You got to listen to us on Discord, pal.
yeah. You gotta turn the sound off on the live feed.
Oh my god.
So
I thought it was a horde of elves coming in to attack or something.
there you
Okay,
go.
hang on. I'm going to go.
Wait a minute, I'm listening to myself. I heard that.
I'll bring Keith back once he gets that settled. Anywho, yeah. No, I wasn't even thinking of Santa Claus elves. Jeez.
I do every time I see Chris
there you
Claus.
go.
I think Santa Claus nowadays. I swear. That's the second package. And Chris, we could thank Chris Claus for the microphone I'm speaking into, the one that Travis is speaking into, in the
hub that connects everything to the
whole
show.
thing that makes it all work. So we have a beautiful Blue Dot family that has really stepped up and I mean just showed their love, baby, and we appreciated all of it. But we're all on the same. We're all on this same team, and we're all fighting the same good fight, and that's what this is all about, baby. I'm ready for impeachment. I don't know about anybody else.
I'm ready for
I am
impeachment too,
too,
because
baby.
I think that's the only way to get it out there.
Yeah, that's the only way we're going to air his dirty laundry.
Besides the fact that he's actually breaking the law right in front of our faces.
Yeah,
And
that's-
if
I'm ready
Congress
for
doesn't do
next
anything,
week.
they're abdicating to him.
Yes, they are if they don't do something.
I'm ready for next week when they're back in Washington.
Yeah. Next week, Barr is going to have to go testify in front of the Senate.
That's right.
No, in front of the
Which means the Republicans
front of the
will all
House.
sit there and say what a great job he's doing, while the Democrats ask him some serious questions like, why in the hell are you trying to obstruct justice here? Barr doesn't have the ability, and Donnie doesn't have the ability to proclaim that a subpoena issued by Congress is not to be followed. If we give that, what are we saying? That everything is up to Donnie? That the law is up to Donnie?
Well, he wants to write laws by executive order, and he wants to bypass what I want to know is how many lawsuits are we paying for this man and his enterprise?
Yeah.
His mafia enterprise.
You
How
can
many
count the
lawsuits
attorney
does he have
general's.
going that we are currently paying for?
You can account the attorney general's salary too.
He's got to pay for that himself.
Yeah. Something tells me he's going.
Private lawyers have got to pay for that. The White House lawyer isn't going to stick up for him.
Well,
No,
They
because
shouldn't.
no, they shouldn't because they don't work for him.
And he shouldn't be able to deny McGahn from testifying,
No.
because he already gave up executive privilege on that one.
Well, he came out screaming about no obstruction, no justice. I'm an innocent man. You can't do nothing. Blah blah blah. Kiss my ass. If that's all true, then what has he got to worry about? Why is he out there doing all this shit? Because he's guilty as a freaking dog.
What were you going to add to that, Dennis?
I just was gonna say, when are we gonna take the kid gloves off and start sending people to jail,
There you go.
holding them
Thank you.
accountable for the rule of law?
That's what I want to know.
Like Mnuchin, I would put
Mnuchin.
his ass in jail today.
This is
That's
twice
gonna
that he has
happen.
turned it down. At what point do you uphold the law?
Congressman on
That's going to happen after 2020, and we get rid of these Republicans, the McConnells, and
Yes, sir.
just the whole
Yes, sir.
batch of them that need to all get out, and then we'll be able to stand up and make much stronger laws that will allow us to make sure this never happens
Yeah.
again.
That's exactly what it is. That's what our duty is. That's what our job is out here.
the congressman from where I think he's from Rhode Island, Riley or whatever his name.
Yeah.
He's on the judicial committee. He said if it's what it takes, we go up and arrest Mnuchin.
Yeah. Wouldn't they come arrest you if you didn't comply with a subpoena from the court? Wouldn't they come to
Yes,
your
they
house and
would.
lock your ass up, put you in court until you complied with the subpoena? That's the way I
Who's
saw it done on Perry Mason, baby. I remember. McClintock, all them shows on TV. The bad guy goes to jail. This ain't happening here.
I thought Perry Mason was a defense lawyer.
Well,
Well,
Okay, how about Law and Order?
Yeah, Law and Order. There you go. CSI.
Real quick, since we got a little off topic, did anybody see the article about Bill Cosby wanting to be released on bond after he's been convicted?
He wants to be released on bond.
He's awaiting appeal. He wants to be released on bond.
He does realize he was convicted.
Yeah, he's calling the judge a racist for not letting him out.
Really?
For his appeal.
Really?
He's an old man. Maybe he's going into dementia. And he's already blind, so he can't read his paperwork.
Selective blindness.
Oh, yeah, look, I'm looking at the article here. Jesus Christ.
Are you kidding me?
This is just another one of those dudes that just needs to shut up.
How about
just be quiet and do your time.
Iowan House of Representative Republican switching to Democrat yesterday.
Yes, that is something. Iowa State Representative Andy McKean.
He just couldn't tolerate it.
He is couldn't
tolerate it anymore.
He was one of the longest running Republican state congressmen or senator.
Over 40 years.
Yeah, with the Republican Party, and tells you why he flipped. Mm-hmm. He flipped because of Donnie, and I have to applaud the man. You know, at what point do the rest of them start falling in line? You know, the man is obviously a train wreck on the way to a house fire. He's off the charts now. In one breath yesterday, he's telling us that he is the most transparent president in history ever. The most transparent president in administration in history. And in the same interview, turns around and tells you we're going to fight all the subpoenas. We're not giving up nothing. Are you shitting me? You know, that in itself, just right there, that little synopsis tells you he's a moron. Get his ass out of there. You know, and he's being played for a chump by Un and Pootie. You know, we're a laughingstock to them. And that puts our country in jeopardy, baby. You know, while he diddles around with Pootie and trying to make up with Un and have a romance flourish between the three of them. They'll all climb into bed and they'll have hookers peeing on them all over the place. They'll just be in golden shower heaven together. I don't know. But I'm telling you, we have got some serious things in our house. You know, we're getting damn close to a constitutional crisis if we're not already in one. You know, yes. At what point do the laws of this country not, hold up to criminal action, obstruction of justice by our own attorney general?
Well, he thinks if he does it right in front of your face.
Constitutional crisis when he lifted his hand off
yes,
the Bible.
Yes, we were. That's true.
And lied.
Yes.
That was his first lie.
Had the biggest crowd, I heard. So that's what I heard. That's what I had the biggest crowd in history and all the other shit. It's his constant braggadocious, I have the biggest of this, that, and the other in history and all that bullshit, and everybody knows it's crap. Everything that comes out of his mouth is crap. And it embarrasses him, and it's ridiculous to sit there and watch Republican senators and congressmen. Well, you know, I don't always agree with Mr. Trump and everything, but you know, but the economy's doing great. That's what they always go to. Oh, look at the stock market.
Thank you, Obama.
Yes, thank you, Obama.
About,
that's right.
Those guys that brag about size all the time.
Could you imagine where we would be right now if Obama hadn't pulled our ass out of that hole?
Yes. It's the same thing Democrats do every damn time we get in. You know, look what Bill Clinton pulled. We had a surplus, baby. We had a balance. And
then we had 2 wars that weren't paid for.
Yep. Put them on a credit card, baby. Let the next Democrat mess with it. And that's what happened. And he did it.
Let our children mess with it.
You know.
Yeah. What were you going to add to that, Dennis?
Oh, just saying, you notice it's always the guys that brag about size. Oh, they have to have the biggest thing and everything. You know what they say about those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing Stormy Daniels said about him. It's a mushroom. It's a itty bitty tiny mushroom. Yeah.
You know, she kind of really fucked up mushrooms for me.
Yeah, no shit.
She nearly ruined fucking Mario Kart, god damn it. Oh, it's like Toad from Mario Kart.
She did. I agree with you, Travis.
I'm telling you.
I agree.
This man is ruining everything in this country. Can't even have Mario Kart now. Or mushrooms without having to think of his stupid ass.
Or oranges.
Or oranges. Or oranges. Or
Or
tangerines.
oranges.
I want to ask your opinion on this, John.
All right. I have one.
As far as impeachment goes, I know that a lot of people are sitting on impeachment as pointless because the Senate won't convict him because it's just full of Trumpies.
Mm-mm.
But also,
Yeah.
at this point, he's done so much bullshit. If you don't impeach him, it's going to become precedent, and every other president is going to think he's going to get away with murder, literally.
We've only used impeachment twice in this country, and once was about a blowjob, and that in itself, you can throw that impeachment right out the window because it was handled by the Republicans as nothing but a dirty novel they wanted to write to ruin the reputation of a Democrat. That's it. They weren't worried about the integrity. Oh, look, the president lied about it. Well, of course he lied about it. I reckon any married man, if he, did you do that, honey? No, baby, not me. That's the way. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what they all say. But he said it under oath, and it cost him. But it did not cost him the presidency because this country knew it was a bullshit. It was an utter crap brought out by Republicans who were just nasty, and one of them was Barr. One of them was down there trying to write questions, or who? Yeah, I think it was Barr.
I think so.
It was that part of the.
Yeah, it was. It was.
He wants to ask questions of Trump about. Of Bill Clinton about nasty things. Well, what did you do with the scar? Explain what you did, or all that kind of shit. It wasn't about law and justice. It was about embarrassment, and that's what they do.
But back then, also, Graham was belly aching and screaming that you don't have to commit a crime in order to be impeached and taken out of office. You don't have to even do that. But here it's completely the opposite.
Yeah, they're flipping like pancakes.
McConnell is the same exact thing.
Yes.
If it's against the Republican, no, we can do whatever the hell we want. If it's a Democrat, boom, we're going to go.
Aloha.
But I think also what's going to happen is the same thing as the Southern District of New York. All of these Republicans who have been just completely out of line throughout this entire endeavor.
They turned their back on it.
They're going to get their asses kicked because the courts are going to turn around and say, well, you lied here and you lied here.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to jail.
Well, that's the whole key to this thing is the Senate, because we can impeach him all day long, just like we learned through Clinton. You can impeach a president, doesn't mean he's removed. It's a political tool used in the House of Representatives. They're the one that hold the power of impeachment. So they bring articles of impeachment, and they have those public hearings that we saw in Watergate, and that allowed the public itself to hear the lies, the cons, the bullshit that is going on, and that in itself is what drove Nixon out. He had to resign because
because the Republicans had to come around at that point. It was right in front of their faces too.
Yes, Diana Mallory donated $10 through Super Chat. Diana, I'm sorry, dear. We appreciate that very much, dear. Every dime helps, baby. Every one it helps. So we always appreciate that. So we want to call it out when it happens. So that's pretty neat. That whole Super Chat thing just amazes me. Yeah. I didn't know it existed.
Oh, what are you talking about when your animations pop up or what?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yep, that's the position we're in now. We have to force Congress to do their job. We shouldn't have to. The House of Representatives is bound by the Constitution. High crimes and misdemeanors. Yeah, read the Mueller report. It's there, baby. Obstruction of justice is plain as day, amongst other things. And we're not even into the Southern District of New York or in the Virginia District. There's still so much bullshit, and all of that has to come out. And they're worried about we're gonna pile on. I don't give a shit. Pile on all the crap.
It needs to be piled on. He dishes it out every damn day.
If it was the Republicans, they'd be waving the blue dress out there in front of the camera.
They absolutely would.
That's what they'd be doing.
And I think that all 20 candidates should run his words in their ads.
Yeah.
His words.
Yeah, just take quotes from him.
Just imagine what this would have been if the Mueller report didn't have Donald Trump's name on it, but it had Barack Obama's.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Are you kidding? They would have already erected a cross out in front of the White House to nail him to.
That's right.
You know, it's exactly what would happen. And that shows the total hypocrisy of not only a station like Fox spews, but of the Republican Party. The Republican Party has turned their back on... Go ahead.
I kind of feel that even if the Senate doesn't convict, that information gets out there to people who can't read the Mueller report. Yeah. I'm having difficulty reading it, and I'm a good reader. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very technical. It's very in depth.
Yeah, it is. It's hard. And I'm having difficulty getting through it on the computer. I said the other day I'm a page turner guy. I agree with you. I want to write down notes on it.
500 pages of stuff.
I want to circle something with a pen going, yeah, that's the shit I want to talk about right there.
And cross-reference, yes, I agree with you.
But it's the constitutional responsibility of Congress's power of oversight. They are an equal branch of government, and they don't have to bow down to Donnie, and they don't have to bow down to William Barr.
They don't impeach, then they're giving that up.
Yes. Yes.
They're giving up their responsibility.
And that's not to say that we can't continue on pushing the agendas on health care, on everything else that we care about. We can walk and chew gum. We don't have to just concentrate on one thing. The news might concentrate on one thing, but we need to keep pushing those bills in Congress that mean something to communities. H.R. 2050, the Appalachian Community Mountaintop, it's something. Bob Kincaid's project out there in West Virginia. I don't have it. It's written down somewhere. I can't remember the name.
I just want to say also, the news is out there to sell papers, and they're there to make money. So you're only seeing a window of the full picture.
Right. You really have to go digging around to find everything. And isn't that
it's all out there? You just got to look for it.
And you can't look on the regular stations. You can't look at CBS and NBC. Now, I do like Rachel Maddow a lot.
Yeah. Well, you can find that person that really pumps you up, and Rachel Maddow's really good at that because she digs deep in all that information. And we can all admit that is a left-leaning station, but it is not a left-leaning station when you talk about Fox spews over there. There's no comparison there. Because Fox spews is nothing but bullshit and lies.
It's Fox Entertainment.
Yes,
they have to be entertainment or they're going to get sued.
Yes. So, but it when you said that about...
And a lot of them get jobs in the White House.
About the news, yes. Yeah, all right out of Fox News right over to the White House, even to the Fed. Yeah. Are you shitting me? And it's proper that we should notice that because I think it's Edward R. Murrow's birthday. I believe it is. Either it was today or yesterday. I just remember hearing it on the radio.
Over in his grave.
Yeah, back when the news didn't give a shit if it made a profit on advertising.
Could you imagine what Walter Cronkite would do to this mess?
It was, it's ridiculous.
He was the integrity that man had.
Yes, yeah, and
I'd even take Dan Rather at this point.
Yeah. Because the news did mean something. None of the news stations gave a shit about, revenue coming in off advertising and everything, because that wasn't their job. Their job was to report the news, to inform, and even have comment. And,
people don't read like they should. First of all.
Well, no, we're in a different age nowadays.
You can get a lot of information from the papers that are out there that are doing this stuff now.
You remember Walter Cronkite never made a commentary of his own. The only one time that he did was about the Vietnam War, and Richard Nixon turned around and said, "Well, if we lost Walter, we lost the war."
Lost the war, yeah. Yeah, I remember that quote. And the news is powerful. And now Now
It's all-
it's all enemy of the people. It's fake news. There's a certain portion of our population that believes that believes that the mainstream media is all just fake news, and we make shit up, and Alex Jones is the true believer. Stuff like that. It's just pitiful. And Rush Limdick out there.
It's truly amazing.
Yes, it is. Right Ring Radio has been around for a while, and they've taken a big advantage of that because they pump the hate. They always have, and it's a hate for us. It's the Democrats. We're evil. We're baby killers and all that shit. It's
Turning the frogs gay.
Yes, we're turning the frogs gay. That's our job, and they believe that.
No.
Yes. Oh, I was just running that little video through my head. My wife showed me a video today. I can't remember her name. It's Betty Bowers, but not the real Betty Bowers. It's the lady that.
Yes.
Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Talking to the Christian? Oh, no, they called Jesus down to talk to him. Yeah, because, the Republican Party isn't in line nowadays with, Jesus's words of, take care of the poor and the homeless and all that. Nowadays the message has changed and they're breaking up. They have to.
Actually, you know what I saw that there's this actual organization that has decided that they're going to rewrite the Bible.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Hey, it's been done several times. Don't worry about it, folks.
Yes, it has.
Well, but this time it's so that the conservatives know what to say and what's right and what's wrong. It's like
They get their fine print in there this time.
Yeah, a disclaimer.
I can see it now. The Trump version.
asterisks.
Well,
Oh,
they might
God.
as well.
It would
They
be
might
all
as well.
gold, Dennis.
They have
Yeah, he's
thrown
gotta have his
their
name on
value. Their whole theology is out the window with this guy, and they love him. Again, we're talking about a 30-something%, approval rating with this guy. So it's not the whole country. We have a majority. The majority of Americans do not go off the deep end like these assholes do. There's some that have to be drugged back to reality, but the evangelicals, the ones that are hanging on to them, they're in it for a profit, baby. It goes along with the new gospel of get rich. God wants you to be rich, and so give me your money, and God's going to give you some later on down the road. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I was watching a stupid this preacher was laying on the floor. The video. There was a video.
Uh-huh.
The preacher lady was laying on the floor and she was dead. And the only way for her to come back alive was if everybody in the church made a donation to her. And they just all walked around throwing dollar bills on top of her.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
my
Make it
God.
rain, baby. Make it rain. We can bring him back from the dead. Yeah.
Are you?
Okay, so my only question is, what is wrong with us that we're not doing this shit too?
Yeah, really.
We have
Really.
dignity.
I guess so. Some kind of integrity
what
left
it is?
inside of us that prevents us from
Because we have intelligent curiosity. We
Yeah.
learn things.
Yeah.
We really don't stay at a static state.
I swear the whole Republican.
And I suppose we believe in science. That's our downfall.
Yeah.
It ain't it won't be a downfall for long, because it just
Thank
seems
goodness.
like it now, or not even it seems like it, but
It
in
is.
their eyes, yeah, we're the
Well,
dumbasses.
you ask your youth of this nation what their priority is, and they'll tell you real quick. It's the
Climate
climate,
change.
baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just read a report on Greenland and the ice melting from there at a far faster rate than scientists thought were going to happen, and we're pushing this world into a hot box.
We've
And-
also had the second failing of a emperor penguin
Yes.
colony in
Yeah,
I heard about that.
Antarctica.
Yes, I did too.
Yeah.
I
For a
she,
third year in a row, the chicks have not hatched out, and they've all
she
died.
collapsed or something.
Yes.
See there? It's what I was talking about yesterday, that a certain percentage of the marine wildlife fishery
Mhm.
are being depleted because of the temperatures in our oceans. It is. It's one of the most serious things, but it's put on the back burner of almost every politician up there. They're more worried about their reelection or some bullshit than worrying about, sea level rise or anything else, the extinction of species, or, they just don't. It's all about money. If they're not going to make a profit, they don't give a shit. And that only works short term.
Imagine this one. All of the exploration that's been done of Antarctica has been done in the last 200 years.
Ain't that something?
And we are destroying it now.
Yeah, we're using it up.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Claudia Garcia, who's been a very active Blue Dot these past few weeks.
Yes, she has been. She's been Blue Dot for a long time.
Very long time.
She made a comment a minute ago that I thought deserved a little thought your way.
All right.
She wants to know your thoughts on Biden now that he's announced he's running.
Well, we got 20. Now we have 20. Biden's in the race, and he's up at the top. He's going to pull a lot of people. A lot of people like Joe Biden. I like Joe Biden. I also like Bernie Sanders. I like a whole bunch of them right now.
I like all the B names.
Yeah, all the B names are good with me. So he's a lot of people are
awfully
opposed.
Good women out there too. Elizabeth Warren is amazing.
Yes, I listened to her town hall the other night, and when she got done, I was on fire. Yeah, let's do the shit you're talking about. That's the common thread, though, to a lot of our candidates. Is a lot of them are on the same line.
The way I'm looking at it is we can't lose. I mean, Kamala Harris, freaking all of them, Buttigieg. With all those, we've got a field. Like, you just can't go wrong. Doesn't matter who it is. Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Now, there's a lot of people that don't like the idea that Biden is in. There's some people that don't like Bernie being in. There are going to be people who have already drawn the line and know who their candidate is, and that's great. I fully encourage you to support. I watched Beto O'Rourke out in Carson City, Nevada, or I think it was Carson City.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It was.
Y'all know I like Beto O'Rourke. Anybody on our side.
Everybody has their favorites, but it's too early to tell who you really want to decide for. Yeah, in my opinion.
That's going to come out in the debates. When they're faced with the questions and facing the nation and each other up on a debate stage, I get a lot of out of that. And I've watched debates, just about all my life. 40 some odd years I've been watching debates. I find it interesting. I want to hear what they have to say. I'm not ready to jump on anybody's bandwagon right now, and I'm not out to go shoot arrows at anybody either. And you see
that's counterproductive. Yeah.
Yes, it is. There's been arrows shot already, and
that's a topic that we need to talk about eventually. Is all the arrow shooting, all the circular firing squads within our party? Because the thing is, it's getting to that point now where, to those who consistently, like, again, you can have your opinion on who your favorite candidate is. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's what the process is about.
Yeah, that is the process.
Yes.
But the moment you start posting hate or propaganda on another candidate on our side that isn't factually correct, you're playing into the Republican side of them looking at, we're causing chaos in their party. Yeah.
Go harder.
Yeah, the few fucking Russian bots or something writing fake articles about so many
we
Bernie
have
supporters this or so many Biden supporters that. They would prefer to vote Trump over this and that and the other thing. That is not, there could be a small percentage.
That's their job, to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
We cannot
to divide.
Yeah, and we
if
cannot
you divide, you conquer.
We cannot afford to divide. We divided once. Part of that didn't help us in the last election, and right now, it isn't the time to play fucking games.
No.
Well, the end game here is we want Trump gone. Period.
Yes. We need Trump and all of his cronies gone. Yeah. Because once Trump's gone, hopefully we get a whole new cabinet.
We get rid of Donnie, and the work begins to do the repairs on the damage that he has done to the laws in this country and to the tax rate and everything else that he's done.
Well, it's going to take so much time because even if you change the whole cabinet and all the government people that he's not employed or gotten rid of, he's emboldened a whole group of people to just buck the system and say, The rules don't count for us. Look what he did.
Yeah.
If he can do it, we can do it.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
do have a bunch of Republicans jumping over to become Democrats now.
Yes, we do.
And we can't just be talking about getting rid of Trump. We need
No.
to make sure we get rid of Graham. We need to make sure McConnell's
Yeah,
out.
McConnell is the
Absolutely.
biggest one.
What's great is that when Trump is out of there, then they will lose. I mean, his entire cabinet's gone.
Right.
And if we can take both the House and the Senate, you watch how quickly those billionaires and millionaires and the wealthy are going to get. We're going to go back to World War II tax rates, 80%.
Isn't that what they consider the good old days? That's
right.
But you know what? These people, this 1%, they own everything, and they haven't been paying taxes for a long freaking time. It's about time they divvy up. And if it's 80%, good.
Well, the other day I just saw it on the news.
We got shit done when we were taxing people that way. We built roads, we built communities, we built things.
Yes,
for
we
this
did.
country.
But what we also need to do then is go back and retake through eminent domain, if necessary, all the land and all of the properties and all of the factories and that these wealthy have been able to steal, essentially, because Trump has made it just really easy for them to. Yeah, the public lands are now open to, but only those who have
drill it, blast it, whatever you got to do, mine it, just rip it apart and use it up. That's it.
And eminent domain, well, that goes back to the people.
Yeah.
And then we need to eminent domain Trump Tower.
Yeah, there you go. Kick his ass out of it. But
maybe they'll do like they did was it Manafort, and use his properties to help pay for his shit.
He's up in prison up in Pennsylvania now. Paul Manafort.
Good.
Well, Trump has no money. Trump owes more than he has.
Oh yeah. The only way
the only people who are going to get screwed when you take Trump Tower are the people he owes money to.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that's going to happen is, well, you didn't pay me. You're going to, you can pay me money, or you can pay with a finger or a leg, or your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen on the news the other day that they were talking about the disparity in CEO pay and all that stuff. And I don't remember the exact figures. I just remember it was in the last, I think it was like 40 years, that worker pay has increased by 11%, 11-point-something%. But CEO pay has risen over 950 some odd percent.
And I saw 1,400 times.
And there's your problem. There's your greed that does not allow for high speed rail. That doesn't allow for new highways and new schools and new hospitals and all the internet and all that stuff. It's because we can't, we don't tax them, and we let them just get away with just raping a company. I always wonder that when you go to look at one of these CEOs, you could pick one. I don't give a shit if it's defense contracting, insurance, whatever it was. Pick a company or a corporation. Look at the CEO pay and ask yourself, really? You're worth that much freaking money? When you're talking about $100 million a year to be a CEO of some company, you're a rapist. That's what you are. You're a thief. You're not worth that much. You can just steal that much and get away with it. That's what it is. You're allowed to steal. You take from society and you stuff it in your pants. That's all you do. It's theft.
The CEO of GM makes 300% what the average worker makes.
Ain't that some shit?
300% more.
They don't care.
300%.
It's in the tax code, baby. I get away with it. I don't have to pay tax. Amazon, billions in profit and not pay a single in tax. And play games with city after city about getting tax abates.
That Facebook is about to be
they're being sued.
fined
billions.
By I can't remember the agency that's going to do that. That'll come to me. I'm having one of those moments.
Yeah.
But they have
them all the time,
effectively stuck away $5 billion to pay this fine. They make that in 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, see, like, when it comes to Facebook, I have a real big beef with them, and it's because I'm really close to the
Travis
YouTube
doesn't
community.
like
No.
Facebook.
Because here's my biggest issue and how they make a lot of money. One of their ways of making money is monetizing off of ads. They put ads on videos for whoever wants to put ads on their videos. Kind of like how, YouTubers make their money. They make their money off of ads. Not that pays a whole lot. It pays doodly squat if you don't make the limit.
Yeah,
but that's beside the point.
I ain't making a limit.
Here's the thing. When you watch a lot, if you go Facebook surfing, you start watching a lot of videos back to back to back to back. They normally
started
have ads.
putting them ads in the middle.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, that's the point.
Yeah.
But what sucks is people have been able to get around copyright law, making compilation videos or just re-uploading someone else's work and putting it on Facebook. They upload it. And if the original content creator or no one actually reaches out to the original content creator, they don't know about it. So the person who uploaded the video is making money, but Facebook is making even more money. And I don't remember the numbers, but Facebook has made a killing over the last few years.
They're not in the business, and they're in the business of
That's
information.
okay.
Yeah.
Your
This
information.
fine that they're about to pay is effectively like chump change to them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
They already have it stuck away. They've hired some of the best attorneys in the land to
But of
defend
course.
them, and they're going to pay this fine, and it's not gonna do anything to them.
Was this fine in relation to a few weeks back when Facebook and Instagram went down for a day?
No, it's in regards to them, the Cambridge Analytica thing.
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh,
happened,
that's
and
right.
all the
They're
people's
going to see
information being
another
stolen.
fine, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That day when Facebook and Instagram went down, they got hacked and like billions of passwords and personal information got affected.
Have been exposed.
Yep.
Yeah. And that ain't the first time that's happened either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But
They
their
didn't say
fine
nothing
is
about it
worked into their budget.
until recently, and that happened like 2 months ago.
yeah.
Their fines are worked into their
Basically,
budget.
John.
They know
absolutely,
they're going to have to pay a fine.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They plan for
And
it.
their budget is so extreme that the fine is like a couple $100 to them.
Yeah.
Yes, I did, Linda Douglas. I snuck that right in there.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't do Facebook.
Yeah, no, I left the platform a long time ago. I still have a profile there, but it's whatever. But my point being, though, with this is when the original content creator finds out that their video has been stolen, they'll contact Facebook, and Facebook will just say, oh, sorry, well, we know you missed out on potentially thousands, if not millions of dollars of revenue.
But
We're going to
that's
keep
okay.
it. We're going to keep it. And so they have multiple ways of making money on ads, but what really pisses me off is when they take from artists. I mean, it's not Facebook.
Cassie Hicks has it right. They're selling your private information, everything about your ass, everything you do, everything you click on, everything you look at. That's
Yep.
information, and we're in the information world now.
Yeah.
Information
Yep.
is a commodity traded.
And isn't it sad that there's just so many ways they can make money
How
by
many
fucking over
people
the...
have been getting robocalls out the ass here lately?
Yeah, no shit.
It's like every time turn around, well, we understand you need car insurance. Well, we understand you need health insurance or home insurance or whatever freaking shit. So you need a brace for your back. What?
Yeah.
It's constant shit now. And
Yeah, Travis. I mean, artists are already called starving artists. Now they want to make them homeless too.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
yeah.
that is a huge issue. But I just can't believe... Because Facebook, I used to not give them as much shit, but over the last few years, it's like, wow. There's so many ways they're making money off of the most scummy,
and
most thieving ways.
this is
And
a lot of people like Lauren Mayer.
Yeah.
That's talent. That's her talent singing those songs.
Yeah.
And
someone can easily upload her video on Facebook and start making money off of it.
making money off of it. Yeah.
And they don't care. They really do not care. So, because it
Well,
pays them enough
they're
money to be
not
able to
there
pay off
to-
their lawsuits.
You're welcome,
They're
Randy.
not there to protect the users. They're
No.
only there to garner that information, that data, and resell that.
Yeah.
That's all that they care about.
Exactly. Again, I don't like how I can literally say something in my house, like literally talking to a person. And this is no conspiracy theory bullshit. I'll talk about guitar strings, specific type guitar strings. I'll say it vocally. And then I start getting
Yep.
ads for it. on
Yep.
Facebook or
We're
Google or whatever,
listening.
it's
We're
like,
listening.
no, that is uncomfortable.
Google listens
His
to
face
everything.
crook. Candy
Yeah.
too says
And
his
Amazon.
face crook.
And Amazon.
I can't give it up though. I mean, I don't. You know,
I gave up.
I use Facebook for my videos and
Yeah.
for when I write something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do a whole lot of sharing. I try to share other people when I see them. I have a large number of friends, so my feed is pretty full all the time because my page is public. It's my private page, and I've made it public to anybody. Anybody is my friend.
Which, for the record, by the way, because I saw a conversation earlier, if you ever want information from Dad directly, it's going to be two places. Here on his personal Facebook.
Yeah, or at a Blue Dot in Texas. That's still my Facebook page. I don't do
Not,
anything.
Yeah, that page that we need to do something with, because
Yeah.
it ain't JBS. JBS is their own
John
identity.
Bernabeu Speaks and JBS are their own websites.
Own
their
website.
own pages. And
Run by
they can-
individuals that just,
Yeah,
they're like,
they're the family and they post all their stuff.
and
But
they
on
have
mine-
their own opinions.
But I can't give up Facebook
No.
because I still enjoy it. So that's the hook. It's still something you enjoy, even though they're screwing you over.
The thing is you just got to keep acknowledging.
Well, it's lack of options.
Yeah, because that too.
Yeah, there's no other option right now that
I'd love for there to be another social media platform that actually cared about people.
Oh, there will
You can
be.
try Twitter. I mean, they're not. I don't know if they're much better or not, but it's been a better.
No, Twitter's full of trolls.
See, it's funny. I have not ran into too many trolls on my feed, but then again, I don't go after too many political outlets on there. When I go to social media, I try to turn off for a little bit because it is so easy to get easily wrapped up into all of this consistently, and sometimes I need to get
Anywhere on the internet.
yeah,
and switch.
Doesn't matter the topic.
Switch
exactly.
Camera views. Switch camera views.
Switch camera views.
Yes, because I started this whole show and I forgot to point out my shirt.
Oh my God!
Look at my shirt.
I was
Check
going
this
to
shirt.
ask you about
See
that.
it earlier.
Pendejo. It's
Pendejo.
Pendejo. I got this shirt in the mail today, and what tickled me to death is it came from somebody here in Corpus Christi, and it was signed a fan, and they would hope that I would wear it. You bet your ass as soon as I seen it.
Since we're so late talking about it, you need to wear it for your rant tomorrow.
I will. I'm going to wear it for my rant tomorrow. I always wear a new shirt on my rant, but I wanted to wear this one tonight. And
I would totally support that shirt.
It was from either a Mr. or Miss Villarreal here in Corpus Christi, and that tickled me because, like I said, anytime the local I get recognized by somebody local, it's just like, ooh, look,
It's so weird.
Somebody find out where that came from because I want one.
Yeah, they said they saw it and they thought about me and they wanted to send it to me. So, yeah. And I don't know if y'all can see, but it's Bendejo, and it's got Donnie's face in the letter.
Yeah, I hope they can see that. Otherwise, they think you're just wearing a shirt that just says Bendejo.
Yeah. What is that guy? Oh, it's a Bendejo, I guess. I don't know. I seen it on his shirt.
I gotta ask you something because you get so many shirts,
I have
with
got a
Trump's
lot of
face, Trump's face
Yes.
on it. Like, obviously, the messages are always, against Trump.
Derogatory.
But
Yeah.
do you ever feel like you get tired of seeing Trump's face everywhere you go?
Well,
because
I like my shirt that says Trump.
Yeah.
It's got big letters right up on the front, Trump.
Yeah.
And then underneath it says redefining stupidity one tweet at a time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they see that Trump, boy, they just immediately think, yeah, and then they read it, and I can see the look on their face when I'm in HEB. It's like, oh, son of a bitch. Damn it. Come on. Yeah.
I like your treason with the 45 in the middle of it.
Yeah.
too.
I do too.
I got the my impeach 45, but the lettering is on the back, so all you see on the camera is a black T-shirt, but on the back it says impeach, and then down 45 like it's a baseball.
Oh, and then the most recent one that I think you wore, was last week, that said impeach the mofo.
Impeach the motherfucker. Yeah, that's a quote, baby, and it's quoted right there. Yeah, I have geez, I know it's over 300. We haven't counted in a while. Yeah, I know it's got to be somewhere either over 300 or so. And I'd say 98% of them are all derogatory political statements about Donnie. I do have a certain percentage that that are acceptable to Mama when Mama goes with me to the store. You ain't wearing that T-shirt with me going, which that's what she'll say. But the one I wore today. As a matter of fact, I always get a compliment, or somebody always says something when I wear this shirt. And today it was a school teacher in HEB. I was walking by and she just stopped me. She said, "I just love your shirt, the way it's written, and your message."
What, Teach Peace?
Teach Peace.
Yeah, I figured it would be that one.
That is just gets a lot of comments anytime I wear it anywhere. There's always somebody that comes out and says that's a great message, and it is. It is,
Yes.
because teaching peace is the opposite of what that cockroach is teaching his kid. And we have to have more people teaching their children the right way to live, the right way to respect, your fellow citizens, your fellow human beings around this world, and that we don't have a place for hatred, bigotry, and all that shit. We're doing our best to drive that crap out of not only our country but our world. And we only have to look to Sri Lanka to see the devastation that kind of shit, that hatred that brings to countries. We don't have to look far. We can find it in New York City, baby. It's that hatred that infected this.
New Zealand.
After looking at your shirt, it reminded me of what Trump said earlier about going to the Supreme Court to combat impeachment.
Yes. Isn't that funny as shit? I'm going to go to the Supreme Court and stop you. Yeah, go ahead over there and do that. Why don't you, Donnie? Are you shitting me? No, he doesn't know anything about the law. He doesn't know anything about the Constitution. He doesn't know the separation of the, or he doesn't know the equal powers of our government.
He doesn't know anything about the president.
No. No.
I just thought
anything.
that word just best fit him right there.
I know. I'm going to go to the Supreme Court. Well, you just run over there, Donnie. Let's see what the Supreme Court tells you, you idiot. And, but you can bet your ass he'll play that back. Well, that's not what I meant. We'll do something else, and he'll sell some other bullshit
right there. He's
Yes.
trying to counteract the House. You can't just run to the Supreme Court because you stacked it and think they can.
That's exactly what he thinks. He thinks he's got it in with the Supreme Court. He can do whatever he wants. Yep. Yeah, because it's not about. And now they're using who was that? Oh, that guy. Moore is his name, or whatever, the guy that Donnie put up, Herman Cain and the other guy from Fox News
Moore.
Stephen Moore, that's the guy.
Only the best.
Only the best people. I'm telling you, it's ignorance.
That's why half of those positions aren't even filled.
Withdrew his name,
What's that, dear?
Herman Cain withdrew his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why half of his administration doesn't have a position, because only the best.
Yeah, only the best. We're all going to get the best people.
And
he can't find them, so everybody's
does
acting right now.
Yeah, exactly. The half that is acting.
Yes. I don't know, people. I'm telling you, we have work to do. Yeah. We have work to do to save this country. And I it just sounds so corny. Well, John, that save the country. That's exactly what we have to do.
No,
because we can't let this keep on going down the road it's going. This is bullshit. His attitude towards the law, towards the Constitution, towards anything. He thinks he can do it all.
He's being primaried.
What's that, dear?
He is being primaried.
Yeah, he's being primaried. All right, I got a primary for him. He's, he is.
He's there willing to run against him.
Weld, I think, is one Republican.
One
I think.
of them is Weld.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to run against him, and I wouldn't doubt if the sooner we get towards election time that somebody else might step up, and when they see him wounded, because he is. He's everything that we call him, and at a certain point, the Republican Party has to recognize that if they have any dignity left at all in their soul, which I doubt very seriously, they have to rescue their own party, or they're going out the door. And to do that, they're going to have to ditch him. And somebody along the line, and it's going to be somebody who's going to stand up and say, well, I represent the Republican Party and Donald Trump doesn't, or whatever the fuck they're going to say. But, I like to think there will be somebody. I really don't like thinking that everybody that I ever thought was a Republican has gone to the depth that this man has taken them to. I don't want to believe it, because I know they're good people. that I know personally, and I know y'all do too. You all know people that you knew long before this man came along. You knew they were Republicans, but we got along with them. You know, you could go fishing with them or barbecue with them or see them at the club or whatever you was doing, and didn't have an issue with them. But now it's different, because now it means so much. And those of us that pay attention and are truly concerned about the state of our country, we're the ones that are just, you know, demanding that this be paid attention to. And it seems like that side over there is just the side that just wants to go, well, we're doing fine. Have you seen the stock market? Fuck you and your stock market. My country is not worth the dollar signs running through your mind.
The stock market is 90% or 80% the wealthy. It has little to do with the average everyday person.
I tell people all the time, when you see that market drop, a sudden drop, yeah, everybody that had a lot of money, they just pulled their money out. It's the guy that's going to take the hit that didn't have the pre-notion or inside information to pull their money out at the right moment. They'll take a big whack, but you can't convince me that the people that play with the top money, they know exactly what's going on and exactly when to pull that money out.
That's right.
You know,
they know. And then the people, those who in the middle class that have a little money in the
those will
market,
be the people that will
those
suffer.
are the ones that lose the money.
Yeah, those will be the ones that take the big hit. It's the people that have their retirement funds invested in that. They'll lose a whole shitload. But that drop is precipitated by all those wealthy individuals taking their damn money out real fast, which causes the stock market to drop, which by the time you got your money in your retirement fund that you find out about it, well, tough shit, buddy, you just lost a shitload of money. Sorry about that.
Right.
You know, buy some more while it's low. You know, it's
and while the wealthy then turn around and pick it up.
Yep.
When it's low, when it goes back up.
Make some more money. It's all about that, but we can't do that. A lot of us can't do that. I make my money putting on steel-toed shoes. That's how I make my money. That's why I did it all my life. Work your ass off. You know, you can't. Right. I didn't have anything in the stock market. I look at it. Oh, look, market's doing good. I guess people are doing great. Good. You know, but it didn't put no money in my pocket. Never did. You know, but and a lot of us are like that.
You guys were talking about Republicans that are going to go against Trump in 2020. Well, here are 10 of them. Oh, Jeff Flake, Bob Corker from Tennessee.
Those are the ones that ran their mouth while they were in there.
That's right. Carly Fiorina, John Kasich, pile of shit.
He's on the circuit
Ben
all
Sassy,
the time.
Susana Martinez, Ted Cruz,
Ted Cruz,
Mitt Romney, Mark Cuban, and well, for some reason they put Mike Pence in there.
Oh Lord! Well, everybody on the list except Mike Pence is a whole lot better than Donnie. You know.
Yeah.
Mike Pence, I'm not too sure of. I'm like Pete Buttigieg. Well, wait a minute, I got to stop and think about that. Donnie's a dumbass, but Mike Pence knows exactly what he's doing, and he's just a little.
Pence, Trump is Pence's puppet.
Yeah. Well, I call Pence a poser because every time, I don't care where you see him, if he's on camera, you can tell that man has practiced in the mirror until he has that look just perfect. And he dreams about being president.
Just want to wipe it off.
Yes. He's a disgusting little turd. So is his wife. And I don't like either one of them. Take your religion, shove it up your butt. You know, that's my big problem with people is when they take their religion and try to thrust laws on your ass according to what they think. Yeah, well, fuck you. You know, I don't buy into that shit, and it really pisses me off, and Mike Pence is one that does that. So proud that his wife works in an anti-gay school. Well, isn't that special? Piss off, lady. You're a bigot.
What gets me is where are these people who are standing up and why do we take oaths? When I joined the Army, I took an oath to protect the Constitution of the United States.
Yep.
And as of yet, nobody has relieved me of that duty.
Still got it.
I will continue to do so.
That's the way I look at it.
But when you make an oath, you swear to uphold the Constitution. And number one is there is no religion.
No.
The Bill of Rights, boom, rockin', no religion. And as soon as these bastards open their mouth and start saying, God this and God that, and we're going to,
Pat Robertson
that's
knows.
it.
He knows. Talk to God all the time.
They should be taken out of their position, period. You got one shot.
As I always say, if you're talking to,
don't do it again.
If God's talking to you, well, they call that schizophrenia. They call that schizophrenia. You're hearing voices. Go see a doctor.
I agree with what Natalie Palumbo just wrote. Keep thy religion to thyself.
That's it. And I think that's the way it's preached out in the Bible. It's your acts that judge you. According to them, it's how you live your life. You're not going to get to heaven by going to church, baby. That place is, from what I understand, full of pedophiles and there's as much wrong in any religion, just like any percentage of the population. We say this all the time. In the military, is there racists in the military? You bet your ass. Is there bad people in the clergy? You bet your ass. It reflects the population. Just about everything does. And if there's bad guys in any particular section of our life, they're everywhere. We just have to work on keeping the percentages way down, baby, way down. And
2020.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
It's all going to get put back in its place back in 2020 if we take the House and the Senate.
In the Senate. It has to be the Senate. And we can do that because we already proved we can. 2018, that blue wave rose up, baby, and we took the House, and we can see the result of that. We can look at the House of Representatives right now, and they're doing the people's work. They're going after this asshole. They're investigating all this shit that's gone on for the last 2 years. They're doing their job. Unlike the last, before then, when we had a Republican, they didn't do shit. They didn't care what this man did. They passed every damn thing. Big tax cut for the rich, you bet your ass. Shove it up their butt. We don't care what they say. That's what they did. And, yeah, we got pissed. We saw what's going to happen when that happened. So, yeah, it is so imperative that we take the Senate. And there's 20, baby. We need 20 seats to take it, just shove it up there.
We need to sweep it all.
I don't think it's that many, John. I think it's much less than that, thankfully.
Well, I hope.
But the three that we need to get rid of is
the number one is Mitch McConnell.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
McConnell.
Graham.
Yeah. Toss Lindsey Graham in there.
Grassley.
Tired of his
Grassley.
little flip flop. I swear when I said the other day that when the Russians hacked the DNC and everything, you don't think they hacked the RNC? They did. If they had the capability to do it to one party, they have the capability to do it to both. And now they played the bad card on Hillary and got Donnie elected. But I can't help but think there's a whole lot of compromising material that the Russians are holding over some of these American politicians. Because Lindsey Graham, I swear, there's a prime example. That man switched. He flipped.
Hard.
Yes, he did.
They're looking at, I'll bet you, I mean, who the hell knows? I guarantee you got a bunch of Republicans who just bought themselves a whole bunch of Russian land somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I want to give a shout out to Challenger Network, and it's not the first time we've shouted out to them. They just did a $5 donation through Super Chat, so we've called them out. Even though impeachment is being considered, if successful, it'd fire up the right and cause that idiot to win again. I don't know if I want to, I'm at that point where I don't care if I piss him off. Remember, he's got 38% of the population that's on his side. The question I have with that is if we don't impeach, all right, let's say we're not going to impeach. What are we saying? Are we saying we're going to turn our back to the crimes that we know he's committed, and that it's our constitutional responsibility to follow that? And
I think that's a bigger problem than trying to impeach his ass.
Well,
to me,
that's people say if we try to
matter
impeach him,
if
we're
the
going to piss him
Senate-
off, and they're going to rise up, and he could win again.
Yeah, but you know what? If we impeach him, we inform more of our people why they should get out there and vote.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards impeachment.
No man is above the law.
I want to see public hearings, and I don't know if it takes articles of impeachment to do that, or if it's just investigations. But we need this stuff out in the public. The people out on the corners need to hear these people come in front of Congress and tell what they know. It's the right thing to do.
We need.
And bringing Mueller up there, he's going to do his job. He is an institutionalist. He is going to follow the rules.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come up there and lie about anything.
Any more information?
Yeah.
No, he's not going to lie.
No.
But he ain't going to tell what's already been redacted.
Well,
no, he's not going. Well, if Congress asks him questions, he's gonna have to.
He's going to have to respond.
The thing they need to do is go to the courts and say, "Hey, can we?" They got to go to the grand jury and say, "Can we unredact all this stuff?" And if they say yes, then boom, rock and roll. The whole thing comes out.
Yeah, the more that comes out,
and that's fine, and then we can have all the public hearings and put it out there and have it come out of their own mouth, because that's what needs to happen. People need to be informed. They keep saying that the Democratic Party is not for impeachment. Only like 34% of the people are willing to impeach at this point. They don't have time to read the Mueller report. They got lives.
No, they have
going
lives
on.
to live. Everybody does.
Yes.
And
you got to make ends meet. You got to pay that rent.
Yeah.
You got to pay that light bill.
But I'm specific on the idea that we could do more. If we decide to impeach, if they decide to go ahead and impeach his ass, we could do more than just impeach. We still have to work on those bills that are being introduced in the House that further our agenda. That work still has to continue, but it will be overshadowed in the news by talk of impeachment. And
at the very least, he could be censured.
Yes. Well, that's at the very least they ought to do, is censure his ass.
That's something interesting, though, that was just brought up. When it comes to getting people, because the idea of impeachment, it is kind of I am leaning more toward impeachment. I'd rather see him go to prison right away, but I mean, that's a lot to ask for, I guess, with how things are working. But what I'm getting at is, someone like me, and I have a lot of friends that are a lot like me. I've been into politics since George W. Bush, but the thing is there are a lot of people who don't have the time to read the Mueller report. There are a lot of people who don't want to invest this much time into this very stressful fucking environment that is politics. I don't blame them. But I think people need to, at the bare minimum, they don't have to sit and watch the news. Talk to your friends and family. Look at the issues that's affecting their lives. That should influence your vote. Yeah. When we're talking about education, healthcare, those are very important things, and people are suffering out there. That's why the reason why this fight is so important. It's not a political thing. It's a human life thing. It's a human value thing.
Yeah, we're looking at this from a political standpoint because that's what it is. It's politics. It's whose side is going to win.
Yeah.
But it's not politics, the outcome of this. This is not something that should be decided by politics. Whether or not we have an earth to live on in another 100 years, it should not be debated on whether or not you're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or anything else. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the facts that science has proven to us. And what are you going to do with the facts that you're faced with? And not only that, but in our healthcare, in our education system, everything that we talk about. The youth of the country ought to really be up in arms about the two things, the educational thing and the climate control. That's their future.
Yeah.
Well, but that's this too. Without the education, they don't learn about the climate.
No, they don't.
That's true. And for the right, that's just fine with them. They want to teach religion. Just tell them God did it. That's the answer to everything. God did it.
Well, wait, wasn't it like in the next day or two, or a couple of days ago, or I was seeing Facebook posts that the second coming was here, like April 24th or something like that.
Jesus, I missed the rapture? Son of a bitch.
it.
I always miss that shit.
Yeah, but it's come around so many times.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe the third coming. That's what it is. I'll catch a ride on the third coming. Surely it's going to do again, because what are they going to do after this one? You know, it just, you know, it always make fun of it because, you know, all through my life, and I'm sure through everybody's life, and even looking before our life when they show us old footage of 1909 or whatever, some guys with a sign, the end times are here. It's always going to be here. They're always going to convince you it's right around the corner. Get on your knees and give me your money or you're going to hell. And it's going to happen tomorrow. And that's part of the selling point. You know, it could happen tomorrow.
And nobody ever stopped.
Everybody wants to go but heaven, but nobody wants to go now. Ain't that the song? Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to go right now. Shit.
And we got to do this disclaimer because, you know, we do talk a lot about religion on this show. And the thing is, it's not a, to me, I'm only going to speak on behalf of myself for a minute. You know, I do lean more atheist. Doesn't mean that I don't have a spiritual side. I'm more connected with the things around me than a book. But what I will say is this, is I personally don't have trouble with religion. I have, or not trouble, but problems with religion. I have problems with people. That's
that
my
interpret
thing.
that religion.
Yeah, that interpret that. In other words, people.
To a degree that it costs people their lives.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, though. It could be about religion, or it could just be an ideal that is not even about a higher power. People can be dicks.
My problem.
Rule number one: don't be a dick.
My biggest problem with religion is if you take a look at history, more people have been killed throughout history in the name of God than anybody else.
Yep.
Than any other reason, and we're still doing it to this day. My God's better than your God, my God, and all this bullshit.
But not every person on earth is like that.
No, but there are extremists, and when extremists get hold of it, they take it.
Exactly.
They take it all the way.
Exactly.
To strapping a bomb on them and blowing themselves up. And they think they're going to heaven and everything's going to be rosy.
And standing on a street corner
and when you
screaming.
teach that theology, when you teach that when you die, it's going to be grand and glorious, well, what the hell? You know, why would that give any reason for anybody to work on what we got here? Hell, heaven's better. Unless you go to hell, well, which y'all know I'm going. I'll be in good company, though, if I go. I'll be laughing my ass off.
He needs to repent.
Well, the devil's got Lindsey Graham bent over or some shit. I'll be laughing my ass off. Billy Graham or
Mike Pence is going to be there for sure. If there's a hell, Mike Pence will be there.
Mike Pence will be bent over too. I don't give a shit. But no, that's you know, when you look back at history,
they're all going to be dust.
Yeah, dust to dust, baby. That's what we are. Ain't that what the Bible says? You're just dust, and you will return to dust. You're not a magical spook that's going to fly around and get all the revenge on all the people you ever hated.
Yeah, but get this shit.
You know.
So if we're all dust, well, yeah, in this grand scheme of the universe.
Baby. Yeah, you're nothing but a speck.
You want something magical? Look at the universe for a second.
No shit. We're all just a little piece of...
Travis, you're onto something because the inside of a star, so that literally makes us stardust.
Stardust. That's what we're made of. Everything that is in our body can be found in the universe.
Yep.
Hit up Discord.
Let me check.
Let me check Discord.
It's a couple people are trying. I think.
Is it a secret transmission from the secret society?
No, we got people who want to join the show, but I think since we're getting so close to the end here, we're going to do what we normally do, is join the Discord call or the green room and all that other stuff, because it's already 9:30. We've had to apparently from the last show, we got some feedback recently that too many people on the call apparently gargled up communications. So I don't know if that's our internet. I don't know if that's a Discord thing. So we're trying to figure out a balance of how many people we can have in a call at one time.
Yeah, because it's kind of rude. We thought, well, we can rotate people in. You know, we can bring somebody in, but then at some point you're going to say, oh, well, Chris, thanks for talking to us. Get your ass out. You know, it's nobody wants to do that. with anybody. So it's a work in progress. If you didn't get on,
yeah, don't ever get discouraged.
No.
It's not like anything personal.
I'll hit him a stick because we have had some that get on all the time, and
well, it's a great thing.
Sparky and Dennis, do we really have to bring them on every freaking time?
Well, yeah,
no, I'm just bullshitting.
Moderators.
I'm just bullshitting them. I'm just bullshitting them. Yes, Sparky and Dennis are always here because they help us moderate.
Same with Jen.
And same with Jen.
Jen's not here today. She's out there beating a flat earther, I think.
They'll keep an eye on the chat, and just as Dennis did, when he sees somebody asking a question, he'll bring it up. Challenger Network said he's so fucking guilty nobody crashed to get the Supreme Court to block. That's not how any of this. No, it's not. You're not a king, and he's not. He's just an idiot. He wants to be a king so bad. And that little comment, him saying that he's going to run to the Supreme Court, that should tell you everything. Are you shitting me? He really does. He thinks the Supreme Court would back him up. That's who he thinks he's turning this country into.
Because he stacked it in his favor.
Yes, he did. But, it don't work that way. They keep asking him, letting him know. I don't know, people. We got a world to fix here. I got a note down here at the bottom of my page, and it's just 2 lines long. It says PepsiCo Company suing India farmers over potatoes. Right. Over potatoes. You can't grow that potato because that's the potato that we make our potato chips out of. So you can't grow that. We legislate food. What's that? They're suing. Yeah, they're suing each individual farmer for so many 100,000 rupees, whatever it was. It equals out to each farmer would have to pay $143,000 in U.S. dollars to Pepsi for violating growing their potato. Are you shitting me?
If it's their potato, then how did they get their hands on their potato?
They have a proprietary right on the potato. It's a certain breed of potato, I guess.
God forbid you add a Mick
that's what I mean.
In front of the name of a business.
Sometimes it's just ridiculous.
There's actually...
What's that? It's actually...
Oh, was that our internet finally crapping out for the first time?
Shit. I lost everything. I don't hear anybody. Hello?
Is it me you're looking for? Oh, I think I heard Sparky.
I've been down so many times. It looks up.
Hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we heard you there. We lost it there for a second.
All right, so what were you saying, Dennis? No.
Crickets.
God damn it.
Crickets.
Oh, shit, my thing's turned off.
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
No,
appreciate the shit out of that.
No shit. God damn. 1 second here. I'll give you your
I wake
crickets.
up in the morning, more dead than alive. Have to eat my breakfast before I open up my eyes.
There you go. There's your damn
With my
crickets.
second cup of coffee, I stagger out the door in my steel-toed shoes, racing with the time clock and them early morning blues.
Well, since this is
I could sing all day. Nobody can hear me. I can hear me.
Since we're having connection issues and it's already 9:30 on the Central Standard Time, should we start closing down shop for the night?
I guess so. If anybody can still hear us, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. We're gonna close down the live feed, and then we're gonna go into the Discord channel. If you're still here, you can still hear us. We're gonna be into the Discord channel for a few minutes and chat with everybody over there, and I want to thank everybody for coming by, for being a part of this Blue Dot family, for standing up for your country, for all the stuff that we are trying to do, and everything that we've talked about tonight. To get these things done takes citizen responsibility and citizen participation. That's us, baby. Citizens, that's all of us. And it makes a difference. It makes a big difference if we don't vote, because we see what we get when we don't vote. So it's most important that you stay informed and stay a part of this experiment in democracy that we have going on, because the experiment can go wrong, and we can't let it. Thank everybody for donating through our Patreon page and through the Super Chat, and those that send gifts, Donna and Chris, we appreciate it very much here lately that we got packages from. It really sets the family on on a happy note, when we all get a package, we all get to gather around and see what's in the box. So we really appreciate that. It goes a long way in making us feel so freaking good that we have such a fine family of friends that care about us, and we care about y'all. So on that note, anything you want to say before we head off?
No, just thank you to everybody for tuning in this evening. It seems like we had another rather smooth show. Yeah. Lack of internet problems until just now. Thankfully, that's out on the tail end. But no, we want to thank everybody for coming in. Thanks to those who donated tonight and donated in the past. And for just anybody who stopped by and watched the show tonight, even to chime in.
We appreciate every one of you.
Yes.
And makes a big Blue Dot family even bigger. So
yeah.
Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.